December was an absolutely crazy month for electric cars in the Netherlands. 65% of all vehicles sold in the country in December had a plug. And that, my friends, is awesome news. Hello and welcome to the channel. My name is Sam Evans. I'm coming to you here from Melbourne, Australia. Welcome to all you new subscribers. Welcome back to everyone else. Just want to say a big shout out, thank you to our Patreon supporters on the channel. I'll put a link in the description below if you want to jump on and support the channel this year. That would be sensational if you did. Now, the Netherlands. What is going on in the Netherlands? Well, Clean Technica reports that the top 10 best-selling vehicles in the Netherlands in December were all 100% electric vehicles. The top 10, every single one, was an electric vehicle. That is ludicrous, insane, and exciting. Now, I actually made another video about sales of electric cars in Denmark and in Germany and in France recently. I'll put links in the description below to those videos. You've got to see what's going on in Europe right now. It's absolutely crazy. You know what's even crazier is when you see what's going on, you see these numbers, and then you hear companies like Stellantis say things that are just ludicrous. It's like they just are ignoring what's actually happening in the marketplace. What happens when you ignore what's happening? Ignore what your customers want. And the crazy thing is the CEO of Stellantis saying customers don't want EVs, it's just politicians. And then you look at the sales figures and you think, what are these guys doing? Are they actually reading what's going on? Anyway, December was the second best month ever in the Dutch market for plug-in vehicle sales with 23,150 plug-in registrations. That score was only behind the all-time record set 1 year ago when the EU's CO2 fleet rules joined local fiscal changes to create the mother of all record months. Over 30,000 plug-in vehicles were registered in a single month. That translated into a Norway-like 72% plug-in vehicle share, with 69% from just full battery electric vehicles. So, I mean, come on. Look how many people in the Netherlands want an electric vehicle. Imagine when they have a lot of choice. Imagine when they have the kind of choice that people in China have right now. It's going to be absolutely insane. And if you bought an ICE vehicle, if you bought a gas-powered vehicle in the Netherlands, yeah, quickly go out and sell it. Quick. Be fast. Don't lose too much value on that car. Now, the plug-in share last month reached 65%. Of those, almost all, more than 90%, were fully electric. Now, these numbers are well above the 15% plug-in share of 2019 and the 6% of 2018. And although electric vehicles represented 82% of plug-in registrations in 2020 in this month, and that has dropped to 67% this year, growth is growth. So the Dutch market is actually continuing on the right track. The reality is, unfortunately, there's just not enough electric cars being produced for people in the Netherlands to buy them. But hopefully that changes over the next couple of years. Now, looking into 2022, Clean Technica says that after the usual sales hangover in Q1, something this market is used to, we can expect things to pick up again around Q2 and Q3, ending 2022 with another great result and probably pulling the plug-in share well above the 30% mark. So what were the top selling electric vehicles in the Netherlands in December of 2021? Number one was a Skoda Enyaq. Second place, Ford Mustang Mach-E. Well done, Ford. That's great news. Third place, Volkswagen ID4. I like the ID4, by the way. Fourth place was the Audi Q4 e-tron, and fifth was the Cupra Born. By the way, the Cupra Born is coming to lots of different global markets this year. Very interesting to see that becoming a global car for Volkswagen. Next up, we had the Volvo XC40 EV. Next, Polestar 2, so two entrants there for Geely, Chinese car manufacturer. Next, we had the Volkswagen ID3, then the Tesla Model 3, then the Hyundai Ioniq 5, followed by the Tesla Model Y. Now, surprisingly, in 10th place was the Kia EV6. Really cool car, but obviously Kia just not making all that many of them. So looking at last month's best-selling EVs and comparing the results to the last December peak, we are now seeing a more democratic ranking. In December 2020, the ID3 represented 20% of the registrations. Last month's winner, the Skoda Enyaq, had just 7% of all plug-in vehicle registrations. You can see the spread has gone to a lot of brands in this month versus the previous December. Now, this is a sign of a maturing market where choice expands at a faster rate than the market does itself. leading to lower shares of the leading models and an increased balance between the players in the market, which is actually a really good thing to see. Now, also interesting, with 65% plug-in share, the plug-in market basically merged with the overall market in December, as proven by the fact that the overall top 10 was 100% electric vehicles. This is really good news. The first pure ICE model, Volkswagen Polo, only appeared in the number 13th place. Wow. Now, how long will it take for the yearly ranking to look like this, like what we just had in December? Well, it's really just a matter of manufacturers making enough EVs and selling them at prices that people can afford. But obviously that's already happening to a pretty decent extent in the Netherlands. Now, looking at last month's bestsellers, we can see that the Volkswagen Group had its own version of a Tesla Surge in that month, and not only won the bestseller title in December with the Skoda Enyaq, but it also placed 4 Volkswagen Group models in the top 5. Number 3, the ID4, number 4, the Audi Q4 e-tron, and number 5, the Cupra Born. Now, I find this really unusual. I mean, realistically, you would think that the ID3, which was seen as the poster child of Volkswagen's electric cars, would be, how would this become the model with the lowest sales of all 5 Volkswagen-based models in the Netherlands? I'm assuming that Volkswagen just doesn't have enough cars. That's what I reckon it would be. There's probably lots of orders for this car, probably people waiting months for them. That's the most likely scenario. But if you know otherwise, let me know in the comment section below. Now, of these 5 Volkswagen Group models, 2 hit record months in December. The Skoda Enyaq and the Audi Q4 e-tron, while the Spanish twin of the ID3, the Cupra Born, had its first full delivery month and an impressive 1,134 registrations. Now, in such a strong month, records were all over the place. 12 out of the top 20 models hit their best ever performances. Highlighting just a few, the number 10 Hyundai Ioniq 5 and the number 12 Kia EV6 hit record scores, with the Kia in particular impressing by the fact that December was just its 3rd delivery month in the Netherlands. It's almost the same story with the number 11 Tesla Model Y, which hit a record 908 registrations, its 5th month in the Netherlands. Expect Tesla's crossover to become the automaker's star player in this market, easily outselling its Model 3 sibling. Now, I personally think the Tesla Model Y will probably hit the top of the sales charts in the Netherlands for at least a few months of this year, probably towards the end of the year when Tesla have ramped up production enough from their Gigafactory in Berlin. Now, there was some PHEVs plug-in hybrids sold, but I don't care about those, so sorry. If you want to see the numbers for those, you can click the link in the description below to the original Clean Technica article. Now, one thing I want to point out is the fact that Volvo and Polestar did very, very well in this market. And of course, you can delude yourselves into thinking that these brands are Swedish, but they're not. Geely owns these companies and they're Chinese. So there you go. Chinese are selling EVs in the Netherlands. It's going to be interesting to see how China goes there over the next 12 months. Now, something very, very weird happened in December. In the light commercial vehicle category, we have a very unexpected winner. A Toyota won the race. In this case, the Toyota Pro Ace van, a Toyota badged Stellantis van. Toyota badged Stellantis van. I don't know how this makes any sense at all. That means there is demand for fully electric Toyotas. Toyota, by the way, Toyota, hello over there. Yeah, people do want electric vehicles. They want electric vans and anything else electric, you can give them fully electric, not plug-in hybrids, by the way. So Toyota, you just need to make them available, and yes, people will buy them, no doubt about it. But I think Toyota has just given up on the European market for their future plans, at least anyway. And that's going to be an area where the European manufacturers and the Chinese manufacturers will take a lot of the Toyota's market share over the next decade. That's my prediction anyway. Now, in the manufacturer ranking, Kia actually won. They got 10%, meaning they got the best-selling automaker title for the first time ever in the Netherlands, ending ahead of Volvo, who had 9%, and they were down by 1 percentage point. BMW had 9% as well. Skoda ended 3rd place on the podium, followed by Volkswagen and Ford, who each had 7%. Now, I really think the dominoes are starting to fall. This is the year that China wants to push its EVs onto the global marketplace. It'll be a very, very interesting year to see what happens in that respect, and I'll report on all that and let you know what's really happening, because obviously I don't get paid by any legacy auto, unlike a lot of the other channels and, websites and whatnot. Anyway, on that note, have a fantastic day. Thanks for watching the video, and I'll see you again on the next one. Bye-bye.